I want to welcome one of the leaders of startup community of Israel, Konstantin Berezin. I want to welcome you, Konstantin.
Thank you very much for having me here.
First of all, now it's the time of war. I want to express our feelings of our community in the United States of support for Israel, and that we share the pain of the horrible terrorist attack and the war which is waged against a peaceful nation of Israel. And I wanted, first of all, to ask you, what can we in the United States as a community can do to help Israeli citizens?
Well, indeed, the situation is really hard for citizens, and I think it is influenced overall the global communities, global countries, and global nations. The community that terrorism doesn't have the border and the borders. We can ask the few things we can ask how to support Israel. First of all, if you have any relative in Israel, just call him. Just ask, what's up? How are you doing? I didn't have a chance to speak with you for a long time, but I understand the situation. I hear what's up with you. How do you feel? This mental support, the simple call can improve the mental of the people, of the citizen. So this is this one. Second, any support that you can think from any things like clothes or any financial support will be very welcome, of course. And there are a lot of communities doing and supporting soldiers or citizens that was took from the border areas to the center of the country, and they need even from small things to big things. And the third thing, I think you can support and even to contribute to war in the media, using the social media channels. Try to explain. First of all, don't be quiet. Try to speak. Try to explain to your neighbors or to your friends what's going on. Of course, it's a hard topics, and it might bring some difficult conversation to you, but try to not to be quiet. Try to speak. Try to explain and try to emphasize that 222 U.S. and Israeli and U.S. and other nation citizens were and still hostages in this particular time, and it's and that's 1,400 people was murdered by these people. So try to speak with try to explain the other, because media is even in the United States, the big channels trying to emphasize, oh, Gaza is suffering. No, of course, Israel is suffering as well, and the damage we facing in these days, we are still not in the position to understand the damage we have in terms of citizens, in terms of destroyed families in this particular time. It will be difficult even to understand in long term how terrible the situation is. So try to use the social media to reshare movies prepared by our citizens or even the government to explain the situation in Israel, to explain that it's still hostages in the Gaza Strip. That's and it's terrible situation. Try to do this, and with this contribution, we will be stronger, and we will fight the dark side of this story. Good bad example what we faced was about a week ago. The CEO of the Web Summit, one of the biggest event in the Portugal, in Lisbon, that taking place usually in November. And the CEO mentioned that he supports terrorist attack, and he was negative against Israel. And it was terrible news, and we as a the technology community faced this. Oh, come on, why is this? And most of the Israeli company who plan to attend, such myself, started to write in social media the post that we are resigning of this event since the CEO supports terrorists and support people who is leading the terrorism actions. So in the end of the day, the big giants also joined the boycott. And 2 days ago, CEO, and he apologized a few. He issued several PR against and misinterpretation and all this bullshit. He tried to explain himself. So after the third PR, I guess it was a PR that he resigned the CEO position. And but Web Summit will still exist. I'm not sure about the success of, after all boycott the technology company, Israeli, American, and European company made here. But the result is that you need to speak. Don't be quiet. If you not agree, just talk. We want to support the democracy. And as a result, we are army. We can fight against, and we can contribute the processes, and we can support Israel and Israel high-tech ecosystem in this action. And this is the good example of the action that media were, that people and explanations are sore, might be wrong, and we need to support this work. So this is the way to support, is just to express and to sometimes to boycott. And this is something that we can do definitely.
I wanted to ask you a comment on the area that you know the most. The foundation of Israeli economy is actually high-tech technologies, startups. And how does this war affect it? And once again, what can we do from the United States?
It is affected. Imagine yourself 350,000 soldiers, from reservation power is missing in the economy. And this is young guys that are part of Israeli technology ecosystem. They are not working. They are nowadays in the army. So it influences about 80% of the technology ecosystem that these people are not coming to workspace. They are not contributing to the technology. It is from manpower. From the financial point of view, we have the slowdown in any investment. we don't see any investment in this particular period because no merchant acquisitions processes are in the process, or most of them was freezed, and also the investment rounds that plan to be also freeze because of uncertainty. We cannot plan, we cannot execute the plans we have, and from this point of view, that it's affecting the economy very strong. We see that 2 days ago, the Innovation Authority, Israeli Innovation Authority, initiated the fund, the grants for 100 million shekels. It's approximately $25 million to support Israeli startups that facing financial issues because of the situation we will see we are already facing, but we will see much more damage in the upcoming days from the situation in Israel, for very reflecting the economic situation in Israel.
Interesting. And what can we do from the United States? In other words, there are people that have companies in different areas of technology. There are people that work in this stuff. Like, let's say, as an example, one of my friends, one of the people that I know, shared a call to the American high-tech people to actually turn to their companies and ask them to take a position and condemn terror. That was like one idea. But in terms of supporting the high-tech industry from the United States, maybe encouraging investment at this time, or that is not something practical. People are not going to invest in the time of uncertainty and war.
Again, the media, the word we mentioned, is a part of this contribution, because the venture capitalists are facing only money in all business situation. Try to convince them that's if you can, right? If you can, we need to continue to support, since Israeli startup nation. The investment will be worth, and the ecosystem will be recovered because of the people, not because of the technology. Behind all startups are people that currently in not easy situation, but it will pass and we will overcome. And these people will back to working places and will continue to contribute to technology ecosystem, technology development. So it is just pushing the train forward. There's no stop. The train shouldn't stop. The train should move on, and it will contribute in the long term back to VC and investors supporting Israeli economic, not in the different ways. And this is one of the ways to support, and one of the ways still to consider, to write the checks, to hear the speeches, and to accept people to the programs, and to do the innovation scouting, just to try to push to continue with your organization. It's not, we need to be strong, and this is the part of our living, and try to deliver these messages to you, maybe co-workers or organization you are involved in.
Thank you so much, Konstantin. I understand that investing in Israel is not just an economic benefit, of getting profits, but also an investment in peace and security in the Middle East and in the world. And my wish is that Israel should continue to be a leader in technology and leading the world to a better future. I want to thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much. I wish shalom to all folks and you listeners.